Welcome to Fit with Coach Kat. Today's workout is a 20-minute postpartum friendly workout. It is also a workout that is suitable for beginners. So get your mat and let's begin. You won't need any equipment for today's workout. It is purely on the mat and it is safe to do if you are freshly postpartum. If you are postpartum, please get your 6-week check prior to starting any exercise regime. So today we are going to start by connecting our breath to our pelvic floor. On your breath in, I want you to relax your pelvic floor. On your breath out, I want you to squeeze your pelvic floor. Breathe in, relax, breathe out and squeeze. Breathe in, relax, breathe out and squeeze. Breathe in, relax, breathe out and squeeze. If you are freshly postpartum, this will be very challenging to do in the beginning, but the more you do this workout and the more practice you get, the more you will be able to engage your pelvic floor on command. It will come back, I promise. So breathe in, relax your pelvic floor, breathe out and squeeze. By squeeze, I mean pulling up through your sex organs, pull up through your anus, hold for 1 second and then relax. We are going to start with some mobility. So I'm going to get you standing. Place your left foot in a long lunge position, your right hand on the ground, drop your back right knee, and we're just going to open up through our chest and try and get our elbow as low as we can down our leg. It's going to be a really nice stretch for those of you who have spent the last 6 weeks breastfeeding. If you have, open up your chest and feel free to hang there for a second and enjoy that mobility movement. We are really going to open up through our hips here. Place both hands on the ground and we're going to swap sides. So make sure your knees are on the ground. We're not trying to win any awards here. We just want to open up and get a bit of a stretch. So open up your arm to the sky, your chest to the roof, and then try and get your elbow as far down your leg as possible. We've got a few more reps. This is our last rep. Then we're going to get into a 4-point kneeling position. Make sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. From here, we are just going to tap our right hand to our left shoulder and our left hand to our right shoulder. This is where we're going to start to use our breath. So as you raise your hand up to your shoulder, I would like you to exhale and inhale as you place your hand down on the ground. Now we're going to connect our pelvic floor to that movement. So exhale, raise your hand, squeeze your pelvic floor, inhale and put your hand down on the ground. Now we're going to add a leg lift. So opposite knee to opposite hand off the ground. Same with the breath. So exhale and lift, inhale, place them back down. Exhale and lift, inhale, place it back down. So you're raising your right hand and your left knee and right hand. Now let's incorporate our pelvic floor. So exhale, lift, squeeze your pelvic floor, relax and lower down. Exhale, lift, squeeze and come back down. That was your last rep. Now we're going to roll over onto our glutes. Lay down to do some glute bridges. You want your heels to be close to your glutes and your arms down by your side. You want to be able to touch the heels of your feet with the tips of your fingers. We have 6 more reps to do. Make sure you're pushing all your weight through your heels. One more rep and then we're going to flip onto our side to do some clams. So when you are ready, please rotate your body, lay your arm down straight so you can put your head on top of it, and we're going to work through some clams here. You can place your top hand on top to make sure you're not rotating through your pelvis too much, and bring your knee up to the sky and then slowly lower back down. We're moving with intention with this practice. We've got 2 more reps and then we are gonna flip over and do the other side. You can roll over and face the other direction. I am choosing to just flip head to tail, so I'm always facing you guys. So we're going to work through our clams on our other leg. We've got 3 more reps and then we are going to get back into our 4-point kneeling position and do the shoulder taps. So this time round, I want to really get you to think about connecting your pelvic floor with your movement. So as you exhale and raise your hand up, you're squeezing your pelvic floor. Inhale, put your hand down. Exhale, bring your hand up, squeeze. Inhale, put your hand down, relax. And now we're going to introduce our legs. So raise your left hand and your right leg, and your right leg and your left hand. Now, when you're raising both limbs, squeeze your pelvic floor. Inhale, relax. And think, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax. We've got 2 more reps and then we're going to flip it back over to do our glute bridges. So when you're ready, hop onto your glutes, lay down on the ground, place your arms down by your side, heels in close to your bum, and then raise your hips up to the sky and lower back down. Got 5 more reps here. Really make sure you're pushing through your heel with intention. Okay, that's your last rep. Now I'm going to get you to lay on your side. Put your bottom arm out straight so you can place your head onto your bottom arm, and then we're going to go through some clams. So feet together and slowly raise your knee up to the sky and then bring it back down together. Try and make sure your hip is not rotating with the movement. We've got 2 more reps and then we are going to flip sides. So when you're ready, roll over or swing around and flip over like I am, and we'll do the other side for clams. You've got 2 more reps and then we're going to get back up into our 4-point kneeling position. So when you're ready, come up into your 4-point kneeling position for our last round. We're just starting with the shoulders for 10 reps. Really try and think about your pelvic floor during this movement. Inhale, relax, exhale, squeeze. When you are exhaling, touch your shoulder with your hand. Inhale, relax, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax, exhale, squeeze. Continue this way. 1 more rep and then we're going to introduce the leg lift as well. So inhale, relax, exhale, squeeze. When you're squeezing, do the leg and arm lift. We've got 1 more rep and then we're going to lay down on our back for our glute bridges. Don't mind me, I just got a little bit confused for a second. Mum brain. Okay, push through those heels and squeeze your glutes up towards the sky for our last round of glute bridges. Two more reps and then we're going to flip it onto our side to do our last round of clams. When you're ready, rotate onto your side, stack your knees, bottom arm straight, top arm on top of your hip if you like, or you can put it on the ground in front of you to balance. And let's go through our last set of clams. 2 more reps, and then we're going to flip over and do our clams on the other side. Alright, let's go. Let's work through our last set on this side. Got 4 more reps, and then I'm going to meet you standing up in the middle of your mat. Let's finish our last rep. Now climb up. If you are freshly postpartum, just take your time. Meet me standing, and we're going to get into some bodyweight squats. Place your feet hip distance apart. From here, we're only going to do halfway squats. I don't want you to go any further down than 90-degree angles with your legs. We're going to send our bums back, not all the way down, just halfway, and then stand all the way up. 4 more reps. 2 to go, and last one. Now we're going to go into some reverse lunges. So place your hands on your hips, and we're going to step back with just our left leg and then come back up. So we're going to do 5 reps on this side and then 5 reps on the other side. This is your last rep, and then we are going to swap sides and do 5 reps on our right leg. I'd really like you to try and aim for your back knee to hit the ground. If you need to put a blanket or a towel down underneath where your knee is hitting, then do that. Now we're going to go back to our original leg, our left leg, and this time we're going to put our hands behind our head. So back knee, back and down, and keep your chest upright by keeping your hands behind your head and your elbows pointing wide. Got 1 more, and then we're going to swap sides. 5 on your right leg. This is your last rep. Then we're going to go to the back of your mat if you have one, otherwise doesn't matter. Put your hands on the ground and walk out into a low plank position. Make sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders, and we are going to do a push-up with a pause at the bottom. So elbows pointing back, we're going to slowly lower our body down to the ground, pause for 1 second on the ground, and then push back up. This is your last rep. Then we're going to stand up and get back into our body weight squats. So slowly bring your knees in, stand all the way up, place your feet underneath your hips, and we're going to send our bum back and down, but only halfway. So we stop at a 90-degree angle. We don't go all the way down into a full squat, just a halfway squat. You've got 3 more reps to go. This is your last one. Then we're going to go into our reverse lunges with our left leg. Hands on your hips for these 5 reps on your left leg. Make sure your back knee touches the ground. You can pause at the bottom if you need to, and then stand back up. And then we're going to swap to our right leg, going back. One more rep, and from there we're going to interlace our fingers behind our head, elbows wide, and go back to our left leg. Pause at the bottom, stand back up. We've got 2 more reps here, and then we're going to swap legs onto our right leg. We've got 2 more reps here, and then we are going to get down onto the ground for the push-ups. So remember, they are done on your knees and we pause at the bottom. So slowly lower yourself down, making sure your elbows are pointing towards your heels and your hands are directly underneath your shoulders, and then push back up. We've got one more rep here, then we're going to hop back up and get into those body weight squats again. This is your last round. We've got 5 more reps to go, and then we're going to get into those static reverse lunges. This is your last rep. Then place your hands on your hips and step your left leg back. Tap the ground and stand all the way up. Try and keep your chest upright during these 5 reps before we swap sides. And now swap legs. Right leg goes back. Keep that chest upright. We have 5 reps here. Then we're going to go back to our left leg with our hands behind our head. So now we're heading back to our left leg, hands behind your head, chest up. And you've got one more, and we're going to swap legs. Last rep, and then we are going to place our hands on the floor, walk out and get into those slow and controlled push-ups. Make sure your elbows are pointing towards your feet. Your hands are in underneath your shoulders and your arms are nice and close to your torso. From there, we're going to push back into child's pose for a little bit of a rest. So place your forehead on the ground and take a few deep breaths here. In a moment, we're going to walk our hands over to the left and enjoy a big stretch down our back. And now walk your hands over to the right. Keep your forehead on the ground. Walk your hands back to the left. And then we'll go one more time over to the right in this beautiful child's pose stretch. From there, we're going to get into our 4-point kneeling position. Make sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. We're going to use our breath, our core and our pelvic floor during this movement. So inhale, exhale, raise your arm up. Inhale, exhale, raise your leg up. Inhale, exhale, raise your other leg up. And again, inhale, exhale, raise your arm up. Exhale, raise your other arm up. Whilst you're doing this, we're now going to include our pelvic floor. So inhale, exhale, squeeze your pelvic floor, raise one arm up. Inhale, exhale, squeeze your pelvic floor, raise a leg up and relax. We've got one more of each arm, one more of each leg, and then we are going to get up into a standing position. So slowly stand up. Place your feet slightly wider than hip distance apart, more like shoulder distance apart, and we're going to go into some side lunges with a rotation in our torso. So hands are directly in front of you. You're going to lean your body weight over to one side and rotate your arms as you are leaning. You want to shift all your body weight into the leg that you are leaning into. From there, we're going to go back down onto the ground, onto our knees, into a kneeling plank. So use your breath here. Make sure you pull your belly button in towards your spine. Your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. You can always adjust the angle of your bum. My bum is more in a 4-point kneeling position in this plank. Next plank it will be in more of a kneeling position. So now get back into your 4-point kneeling position, and we are going to go through all 4 limbs. Left arm, left leg, right leg. You can start to introduce the breath and your pelvic floor. Inhale, relax, exhale, squeeze, and you want the movement to be on the exhale. You've got one more round of arms and legs, and then we are going to get into our side lunges with the twist. So when you're done, stand up, place your feet shoulder distance apart, pull your belly button in, tense your core, arms out in front, and we're going to lean to one side and rotate. Lean to the other side and rotate your torso. Don't stress if it's not a huge rotation. You've got 2 more reps to go, and then we're going to get into that kneeling plank. So you can choose the angle, how much of a plank you want to be in right now. When we're in this plank position, we are going to do our breaths. So inhale, relax, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax, exhale, squeeze. This is our last exercise, everyone. You are done after this, so well done for staying with me and moving your body. That is it. You can push back into child's pose and have a good, well-deserved rest. So send that bum back, get the forehead on the ground, and really open up through your chest. We're going to do a couple more stretches right now, and then you are free to go. Come back up into 4-point kneeling position. Get your right arm, push it through your left arm, and enjoy this stretch called thread the needle. Come back up and swap sides. From here we're going to get into a scorpion stretch, which is going to be really good for those of you who have been breastfeeding. So slowly lower yourself down, put your right arm out to your side, swing your body back towards your straight arm, and enjoy this really gentle chest stretch. So now we're going to put our left arm out, make sure it's nice and straight, and then you're going to swing your right leg up and over, opening up towards the sky. Open your hips up. And that is it. We are done for today. Thank you so much for following along. I hope you enjoyed this workout. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment and a like Give me some feedback, and I hope to see you next time on Fit with Coach Kat.